Hey, what's going on, guys? Neil here, bringing you a brand new video. Today I just want to make a new video covering Bitcoin's new all-time highs and where I see the market going in the future, and kind of talk about the macroeconomic perspectives that we're seeing here. So Bitcoin, as you can see, tops 40,000 for the first time, pushing cryptocurrency markets past 1 trillion. So what does this really mean for crypto, right? So Social Capital's Chamath has said it's probably going to 100,000, then 150,000, then 200,000. In what period, I don't know. Maybe 5 or 10 years, but it's going there. The reason it's going there is because every time you see all this stuff happening, it reminds you that our leaders are not as trustworthy and reliable as they used to be. So just in case, we really do need to have some insurance so we can keep our pillow that gives us some access to an uncorrelated hedge. That's exactly what Bitcoin is, an uncorrelated asset. So, many Bitcoin bulls say the cryptocurrency is akin to digital gold, and now, of course, JP Morgan, being against Bitcoin at first, they flipped and now say that I think it could hit 146,000 as an alternative currency. And then founder of Digital Creek, Anthony Pompliano, which I wanted to cover his segment on this CNBC because I think it's really important. He says there was more use of Bitcoin's payment rails than some of the most popular fintech products such as Venmo, PayPal, Apple Pay. Bitcoin is transitioning from what used to be a contrarian idea or a contrarian trade to a consensus trade. I think that we're going to get, I think what you're getting, I think that's where you're getting this repricing of this asset and the rapid price appreciation. As more and more folks on Wall Street come into this asset and want exposure. So, it's exactly what I wanted to cover here, and I'm going to go over what he talked about. But it's exactly how I see Bitcoin as digital gold, and I think it could get past that because it has a lot of properties that gold does not. So let's go into Pump's little segment here on CNBC and talk about why he thinks it can get there.
Just the other day, 146,000 was the price target on Bitcoin. And one of their major theses in that note was that it would be a replacement for gold. And I'm just curious because it seems like all of the other bullish reasons behind Bitcoin have disappeared. And now it's primarily the store of value. Can it continue at the pace that you think it should go with just that one thesis?
Yeah, I think, look, one of the key pieces here is why is JP Morgan so conservative, right? If you really think about in the technology world, we talk about 10x improvements of products. Bitcoin is at least 10x better than gold in every way. And so I think that if you just think of a Bitcoin product that is 2x better and market cap kind of follows that, that would put Bitcoin at $1 million a coin, right? Just 2x gold's market cap. And the key piece here, when I say those numbers, they kind of shock people, but we have to remember that both gold and Bitcoin are sound money principles. Gold is the analog application of sound money principles. Bitcoin is the digital application of sound money principles. And there is not a single digital product that replaced an analog product, but yet is still smaller than those analog products. The digital product is always bigger. And so I think it's a foregone conclusion at this point that not only is Bitcoin's market cap going to flip gold, it's just a question of how much bigger is it going to be? Is it going to be 2x bigger, 5x bigger, 10x bigger? I don't think we know. And the timeline is a question, but it's a foregone conclusion, in my opinion, that not only is Bitcoin a 10x improvement on gold, and the market cap is going to flip it at some point in the future.
How does that 1 million?
But basically, here he's talking about how gold is an analog product while Bitcoin is a digital product. And any digital products that have replaced analog products have always seen a massive, price increase. That's exactly what he's saying here is, hey, if gold's market cap's 10 trillion and Bitcoin gets to where gold is, sure, it could be 500,000, but Bitcoin, in my opinion, I completely agree with him, that's literally 10 times better than gold. So even if we can get 2 times the market cap of gold, that will put Bitcoin at $1 million, which is crazy to think about, like he
price
says.
Target, if you want to call it that, change. Because right now we're talking about the replacement for gold. In the corporate world, it's also a replacement for cash these days because of what's going on with the U.S. dollar.
I'm not going to watch the rest of the video, but he goes on to talk about the different bull cases. Obviously money printing, inflation, scarcity, all these things, institutional buying, all these things are driving up the price right now. So I just wanted to talk about that. And if you guys want to check out Pomp on Twitter, he's definitely someone who's really good to follow. All his tweets definitely provide a lot of value, so I highly recommend you check him out, and check him out on YouTube as well. His podcast is amazing, and I've definitely learned a lot from him. So let's take a look at the price charts from here. So what's next, right? We hit 40K. What's next? Everyone wants to know. What do you think's going to happen next, Neil? Should I buy Bitcoin? I've probably got, 10 to 20 texts easily in the past week. Should I buy Bitcoin? You know, everyone wants to know and everyone's having FOMO, and everyone wants to wait for a dip. But that dip clearly hasn't really come, you know? The last major dip we had here was when we dipped down up to about 28,000 or a little above that, but even that wasn't extremely significant. And it was hard to get in because it was such a quick time frame that this dump happened. One 4 hour candle, we see a $4,000 dump. So that's pretty crazy to see. In my opinion, I think there's still going to be volatility, but I just don't think that Bitcoin's going to see the same 90% drawdown at the end of this bull cycle like it typically does. I think 30 to 50% would be more realistic. And I think with this bull cycle, I think we can get up all the way to 100K, maybe even higher in this cycle. Just rapid adoption. It's basic supply and demand in economics. And that's how everything works, is a limited supply and the demand is going up. So what's going to happen? Price is going to rapidly appreciate. So I think, Bitcoin could pull back. Definitely. Of course, we're at 40,000. I think we will have another at least 20% pullback, before we get past 50 or maybe 60. Who knows? We could keep pumping, right? So what's the best thing to do in this situation? I always tell people to dollar cost average. I mean, the best thing to do really is just buy and set it and forget about it. Everyone wants to wait for the dip, but then you're going to end up missing the boat. So that's kind of like why you always want to be invested in markets that you believe in, because even if you miss out on the one biggest day, you're missing out on potentially, 10, 20, 30% gains, and some altcoins, they're going up 100% overnight. So definitely something to keep your eye on is Bitcoin into 2021 with this bull cycle. I'm very interested to see where it will go from here, and I definitely think that 100,000 is a somewhat realistic target for this year, and I would say by the end of the decade, I think we'll have easily surpassed gold's market cap easily. And I agree with Pomp that, JP Morgan's being extremely conservative when they put out that $146,000 price target. So with Ethereum, I think Ethereum chart is really primed right now to go, in my opinion. So basically, Ethereum is betting on the network and the blockchain technology behind cryptocurrencies, right? So it's a completely different investment. And I think that investment looks a lot different as well. But, let's look at the chart here. Last time we hit highs of a little bit over 1,400. We dipped all the way down to under 100 during the Corona dip. And now we're back up to over 1,000. So Ethereum, since it has a smaller market cap, it's going to be even more volatile typically. And, if Bitcoin goes up a certain percentage, Ethereum might go up a little more than that depending on the time frame. And typically, Ethereum and altcoins follow Bitcoin a little bit after. So the thesis is that Bitcoin will have a big run like it did now, and some of the liquidity will trickle down into alts once Bitcoin cools down. Bitcoin clearly hasn't cooled down at all. I don't think it will, stop its immense bull run. I think institutions are going to continue to adopt, and I think it's going to continue to do really well. But I think Ethereum's at a very interesting price level, as it hasn't even broken past its all-time highs in 2017. So it's about 1,200 now. The all-time highs were a little over 1,400. I could see Ethereum going to 2,000 extremely quickly, honestly. A lot quicker than we'd ever think. We had this rapid price appreciation, in 2021. Ethereum's almost doubled already in 2021. And if you look at the Ethereum Bitcoin price chart, it also looks prime for a play. And it's reached a lot of support levels. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Ethereum's probably my favorite altcoin outside of Bitcoin. So definitely keep your eye on that. And then XLM is something I wanted to cover as well. I mean, if you look at XLM's previous all-time high, it's not going to show it actually on here because they're using Bitstamp data. Basically, its all-time high was about 95 cents previously during the last 2018 altcoin cycle. I think altcoins have really picked up and taken away a little bit of dominance from Bitcoin. And I think they will continue to see rapid gains. Do I think all these altcoins will hold up 5-10 years from now? Probably not, and there's going to be a lot of failed projects, and I think DeFi will be a big play to look at, and I'm holding quite a bit of DeFi coins, so why I wanted to look at XLM was because it had such a rapid price appreciation with this Ukraine stablecoin using the Stellar network. I think it's really interesting to see if we can find some support here around the 25-cent level, and then continue to move higher with this uptrend. So I'm definitely looking out at that, and I think the risk to reward is pretty good, buying in around 30 cents. We get over to all-time highs, that's over 3x game, and I'm already long Stellar from before. I'm just looking to potentially add to my position. And with altcoins, unless I truly believe in the project long term, I usually transfer all or most of my gains into Bitcoin or Ethereum once I'm happy. So just keep that in mind. Keep in mind the risks that come with cryptocurrency. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment down below or try to DM me on any social platform really works. Check out my socials below: Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, etc. And if you guys really could leave a like, comment, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And check out my affiliate links below if you want to get started with crypto or trading or investing in stocks. I appreciate your support. Hope everyone has a great day. Thanks.